Hey everyone, this is only take 15 because I have messed it up so many times. Either said something stupid or saw a text message come across my phone that I felt like I had to get up and answer, or my phone rang. Just so many boo-boos. This is much harder than I thought, but I'm going to give it a try again because you guys can't come to me, and I feel like since that can't happen right now, that I should be coming to you to offer you something to help you stay calm in times of change, uncertain change right now. I do have a big fear of having to close my business completely. Just not being able to have the funds to keep it open. So right now, I will offer to you through this private group page videos each day, and I will be working towards Zoom classes where you can actually take a class by yourself at home. So in the meantime, I will be creating videos each day. Some will be chair videos, some may be outside, some may be at the kitchen sink, some may be on the mat. But today I wanted to offer you a home practice of some things that you could do at home in your own house. I know not everyone has the props that we have within the studio, but there are a number of things within your home that can be used as props. So today, I'm not sitting on yoga blankets. I'm actually sitting on towels that I took out of the bathroom from here and folded up and made me a nice little perch. You could do 2 or 3. Also, I have with me today a tie out of my closet, out of my husband's closet. Don't tell him. You don't wear them anyway. So that you could do poses like Gomukhasana arms, or you could do hamstring stretch. Place that belt around the head of the heel mound and take the leg up to straight. That's an option as well. So many things around your home to use as prop. So I got to thinking this morning in the kitchen, what in the world could my students use as a prop such as a block? Well, at home, I went and got a couple of cans out of the pantry. It's not quite tall enough, but it does serve its purpose to where I could do a half forward bend and keep my fingertips grounded to something versus feeling like I had to bend my knees and get my hands to the floor. And of course, you never want to overstrain in your yoga practice. You always want to use the practice of ahimsa, which is the practice of non-harm. And then our trusty toilet paper. I couldn't help it, y'all. But that could be a prop for forward bend, or it could be a prop for a lunge, and they're not very heavy. You can move them from place to place pretty good. So just some funny ideas there for you. We all need a little humor, right? So next thing that I wanted to share with you is what was pretty heavy on my heart this morning, and it was this t-shirt. I had this t-shirt made several years ago, and I've gotten lots of compliments on the t-shirt, and I wanted to share it with you because I needed to be reminded of those, not just today, but every day. So the first line on my shirt says, my to-do list. I thought, today and every day. So number 1 was to count my blessings. Each of you are a blessing to me, whether you realize it or not. You all have touched my life in so many ways, And I just want to take a moment and thank you for your support over the years, because this would not be a studio without you. I have many other blessings, but we'll just share that one for today. The second one is to remember to practice kindness. So if you need toilet paper, I'll share it with you. And to let go of what I cannot control. There is so much going on in the world right now that I can't control, but I can control how I react to a situation. I can try to keep myself in a calm and centered space, not only for myself, but for everyone. And I'll, try to help you stay calm during this time as well. And to always listen to my heart. And sometimes I second guess that. And that place, the heart center, is the place where all answers reside. All true answers reside within the heart center. And we should always go to that place first before running around and seeing what everyone else should be doing. So learning to listen to my heart as to what is best for me, as well as what's best for our studio and what's best for you. And also to remember to just breathe. That when I feel myself getting into a panic, to step away from the situation and just take a couple of deep breaths. So, thank you for allowing me to share that with you today. So let's go on with a little bit of a practice. We'll start with centering. So if you would, take a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. So a couple of options could be cross-legged, Sukhasana, or Dandasana, legs extended forward. And if you don't even want to get down on the floor today, you can just easily sit in a chair. I will sit in Sukhasana for now. So allow your eyes to close and then begin to allow your attention to drop inward. So let the mind move away from anything that's happened thus far in your day. And let the mind move away from anything that's still yet to come in your day. So let your focus be on the breath, the in-breath and the out-breath. With each inhale and each exhale, have a full appreciation for that breath. The gift of being able to bring breath into the body, and the gift of being able to let the breath out, to release toxic waste, frustrations out through the breath. And then drop your attention into the physical body. Notice parts of the body that might be speaking to you this afternoon that are a little cranky, whether it's hips or low back. Those parts of the body are asking for a little compassion, a little tenderness through your practice. So instead of using 100%, back off. Work at about 80%, maybe even a little less. So ground the body bones into the prop, whatever you're sitting on. And then gently lift the spine upward, but support that lift by drawing the bottom of the belly in and up. Lift your breastplate, broaden across your collarbones, and then release the shoulder blades down the back. And then equally lift up through the sides of the neck and out through the crown of the head. And then bring to mind an intention for your practice today. I intend to use my practice to create calm within my mind and body. Or I intend just to move, to stretch and lengthen. And slowly draw your hands together in front of your heart center. And with your exhalation, bow your head. And then move the intention from your mind into your heart. And release your hands down. Gently open your eyes and lift your gaze. Sorry for the boo-boo in the words. Let's move on. Let's take the arms out to the sides and up. Interlace your fingers and spin your palms upward to the ceiling. So root down into the sitting bones. Let the spine lift. Let your shoulder blades rise. Spin the knuckle mounds up. And then as you exhale, bow chin to chest. As you inhale, feel your rib basket move out to the sides, but also forward and back. Breath moving in all directions. With your next exhalation, release your arms out to the sides and down. We'll take an easy twist to the left. So take your left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of the leg. Keep your torso directly forward as much as possible. And then press down into the floor with your fingers. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, spin the belly, the ribs, the shoulders, the neck, and the head to your left. Notice how yummy that feels. And we'll take another breath here. And on the exhalation, return to center. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. Switch the interlace of the fingers. Spin the palms upward. Root the sitting bones down. Lift the sides of the waist. Let the shoulder blades rise. Lift your knuckle mounds up. And then as you exhale, bow chin to chest. Three deep breaths into the rib basket. And then again, slowly as you exhale, release your arms out to the sides and down. Lift the gaze. Exhale, twist to your left, your right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, rotate. Notice how yummy this side feels in the body. And as you exhale, slowly come to center. Let's extend our legs out to straight in staff pose Dandasana. Flex your toes in, press the 4 points of your feet forward. Use your fingertips to press down to lift the spine. And then squeeze your quadriceps to the bone, press your thigh bones down. And release. Squeeze, press down, release. Squeeze, press down, release. And then draw the legs in to what's called Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. So the soles of the feet touch, and you can hold on to your shins. You can hold on to your, these are not the shins, this is the ankles, shins or knees, or you pull your tie out. Put the tie up underneath the feet. Give a little pull to help lift your spine. And then spin the feet open. So they open up like a book. And then close the feet, support your legs, draw them up, extend them out one time. So I wanted to do a few shoulder openers for us today. Let me get my sequence. When you come to cross-legged, let's switch the cross the legs that you had before. It probably will not feel comfortable. Okay, so let's begin by taking the arms up and over ahead again. And then set your left wrist in front of your right wrist. Spin your palms. Interlace your fingers. As you inhale, lift up, and as you exhale, root down. Let the sides of the waist lift. Now we'll add a little more movement within in the arms. So as you exhale, bend the elbows out to the side. And as you inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, bend the elbows out to the side. And as you inhale, lift up. We'll do one more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Drop your chin to the chest. And then slowly release your hands, lower your arms down. We'll take it back up a second time. This time set your right wrist in front of your left, spin your palms, lift up. And let your chin bow towards your chest for a couple of breaths. And then begin to bend the elbows. And then inhale, lift up. And exhale, bend. And inhale, lift up. And exhale, bend. And inhale, lift up. And then as you exhale, release your arms down. So let's bring the arms in front. Cross your right arm over your left. Spin your palms to face each other. Interlace your fingers. With an exhalation, draw your hands in towards your chest and attempt to extend your arms out straight. Not happening for me today, but thus still a good stretch. And then slowly bring the hands back towards the chest and out. Release your hands, and we go to the opposite side. So left hand over right, spin the palms, bring the hands in, extend them out. How do your two sides differ? Are your wrists tight this afternoon? Mine, yes. Slowly bring the hands back towards the chest and out. Release your hands, lower the hands down. So let's take your left hand behind you. Take your right hand to the outside of your leg. And then inhale, lift up, and exhale, gently twist to your left. And then turn the head so that you look over your right shoulder. Notice that little tug on your left side of the neck. And then drop your chin down towards your chest, getting a little deeper stretch into what's called the levator scapula. And then bring the head up and derotate. Take your right hand behind your back. Take your left hand to the outside of your leg. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, gently twist to your right. Then turn your head to look to the left. Drop your chin down. And we'll take a couple of deep breaths here. And then bring the head up and slowly release. So switch the cross of the legs again. Take your arms out to a T formation. As you exhale, cross your left arm over top of your right. If you can't get the hands together, just press the back of the palms together. I'll sit sideways so that you can see this. Now, lift your bottom arm up so it comes pretty close to level with the shoulders. And then spin your thumb so it moves towards the face. Notice what you feel around the shoulder blades. And if you need a little more, possibly move the forearms forward. Lovely stretch across the shoulder blades. And then gently release. Let's go to the other side. So take your arms out to the side. Cross your right arm over your left. Interlace your palms. Remember, if you can't get the palms together, work with them apart. Work to press them to each other. Lift the bottom arm up so it's level with the shoulder. And then spin your thumbs so that they face the nose. Move the forearms forward. One more breath. Gently release your arms down. And then draw the shoulders up towards the ears, back and down. Up towards the ears, back and down. We'll do one more time. And then reverse that. I don't know about you, but mine feels better. So now we've done a few little things for the shoulders. I want to take it down to the hips and the legs just a little bit. So we're going to start with what's legs extended forward, staff pose. And keep your left leg extended out to straight, but bend your right knee and place your right ankle over the knee. And what if that doesn't happen for you? Then you slide the ankle below the knee. Okay, so we're kind of working towards fixing what's looks like a figure 4. So if you flex your left foot in, press your left thigh bone down, use your hands to press into the floor to lift you upward. So you might get a little bit of a hamstring opener, calf opener on your left leg, while getting a hip opener on your right leg. So I'm going to come out for just a moment and spin sideways so you can see the next piece of this. So you would have your left leg forward, your right leg crossed over, and fingertips pointing behind you. Slightly bend your elbows, but we begin to bend the left knee. So for some of this right here may be enough. So flex your right toes in, right foot in. Keep pushing the floor down so you keep the spine nice, long, and lifted. And then possibly bring the foot a little closer and say hello to your outer right hip. Delicious. And then with your exhalation, gently rock, if it's okay for your knees, hips over to your left so that your right foot comes to the floor. And then slowly come back up. And then maybe walk your foot in a bit more, pushing the floor away with your hands. Working to bring the spine, the chest, toward your shin. And then begin to creep that leg back out. Release. Okay? So I'll spin around. A lot of spinning going on today. So let's keep our right leg extended out to straight, but bend your left. No. Keep your left leg out to straight. Bend your right knee. Nope. Still not right. Right leg stays straight, left leg bends. We'll get it right in a minute. Feel like I'm right in my classroom because I mess up all the time. So flex your foot in, take your hands behind you, press down into the floor with your right leg. And then lean back just a little bit, begin to bend your right knee. Notice any sensation around the hip. Yummylicious, right? And then what happens if you press your hands down, lift your chest a bit more? Know that if it's too much, you can slide your leg back out at any time. But then again, press the hands down, lift the chest, and lift the chest to the shin. And then gently drop the hips over to the right so that your left foot makes it to the floor. And then bring the legs up to center. Slide the right leg out. Release the left leg. Give it a bit of a break. So I'm going to turn and face you again for this next one. And it may not be in your wheelhouse of practice, but that's okay. You work at a level of where you are. So we're going to take our right leg and take it underneath the body. So for some, this may be all you do. I know that that's okay. Others may take the left leg and cross it over the body and stack the knees. So Gomukhasana legs. Okay? Now to help me get more balanced on my sits bones, I want to take and possibly cross my legs a bit more. I want to take my hands, press down, squeeze my legs together. Ah, yes. Now, I have a tendency to roll to one sitting bone more than the other, so root them both down, lift the sides of the waist, and then extend the spine forward. Yes. Now my hips are trying to come away from the floor, but I got to counter that by rooting them down. And then slowly bring the torso upright. Now I'm just going to slide the legs back out from each other, just to give my knees a little bit of a break, and let's go to the other side. So this time, your left leg goes under the body and to your right, and your right leg crosses over. And again, I want to shift to that one sitting bone, but I have to counter that by lifting my hips up, squeezing my legs together, and root the sits bones down. Now, again, root and lift. And then possibly bow the torso forward. Keep your spine straight. Don't allow it to round. Keep your breastbone lifted. Keep both sitting bones grounded. And slowly bring your torso back up to center and gently release your legs. So let's take that pose, parts of that pose, and turn it into a twist. And we want to twist to the left. So I'm going to take my right leg back up underneath me. Take the left leg, cross it over. So what if you don't get it all the way over? That's okay. You can have it in front of the knee. Okay? So take your left hand to the floor behind you. Inhale your right arm up. As you exhale, begin your rotation to the left. Hook your arm. It could be elbow, it could be hand, whatever you get. You can even wrap your arm in front. Okay? But I'm going to hook my elbow. Now, ground into your sits bones. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, press the hand to the floor, arm to the leg, and start your rotation to your left. Keep your shoulder blades down your back, and remember to breathe. And then slowly turn your head to center. Release the arm up and down. Extend the legs out, press them down. Now let's try it to the other side. So this time we got to twist to the right. So we bring the left leg under the body. And remember, you might just have your left foot and right foot just in front of the knee, or you could cross it over. Use your left hand to the floor. Inhale your right arm up. As you exhale, start your journey to your right. Hook your arm. Okay. Keep the chest lifted and broad. Now root your sitting bones. Root your fingertips. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, spin to your right. Deepen the breath. Remember not to hold. Turn the head slowly back to center. Take the arms up. Lower arm down. Extend the legs out. Pretty nice, right? So we'll do what's called Upavista Konasana. And we take a wide stance with our legs. So it's like a big V. Now I get an inner thigh stretch. I get a hamstring stretch here. But I want to also feel tall through my spine. So take your fingertips behind you. Press your fingertips down. Feel your spine lift up. This is Slumpy Asana. No. Flex your feet in. Don't let them roll out. Feet flex in. Thigh bones press down. Quadriceps and hamstrings hug to the bone. Bottom of the belly lifts up. Chest is broad. Now, just maybe you've had enough of this, but you want a little bit more before you come out. Bring your hands forward. Walk your hands a little bit more forward. Not going very far today. Keep your spine nice and long. Your front body as long as your back body. Notice any sensation in the inner thighs or hamstrings. And maybe you feel it when one leg more than the other. Begin to walk your hands back in. Support under the knee. Bring the leg in. Support under the knee. Bring the leg in. So now I want to come back onto the back body for that figure 4 reclined. You also hear it called eye of a needle. So I'm going to recline down onto the back and cross my right ankle over my left knee. Now when I draw the knees into the chest, I want to make sure that the left knee is in line with the left shoulder, not in line with my breastbone. Take your hands, hold behind the back of the knee. But what if you can't get the back of your knee? This is where your tie or your belt comes in, and it's just extensions to your arms. Notice any sensation you feel in your outer hips. We'll take another breath or two here, and then we add a little bit of a twist by letting the hips shift to the left. Let the right foot come to the floor, right arm to the floor, but then possibly take your left hand, gently push it away, not much. Remember compassion, and then add the right arm on the diagonal from the shoulder. Yummy, delicious. Bring the right arm back down. As you inhale, bring your legs back up to center. Switch the cross of the legs by crossing your left ankle over your right knee. Float your knees towards the chest as you exhale. Hold behind the knee if you can. Keep both feet flexed in. Notice any sensation in the outer left hip. Now you can always intensify this by drawing the knees a little closer to the chest, but you never want to work in pain. So back out a little bit if you need to. And then we release the hands from behind the leg and let the hips drop to the right so that the left foot makes its way to the floor. Use your right hand to gently push the leg, and then extend your left arm from the diagonal of the shoulder. So getting a lovely side stretch. So bring the left hand back down. Slowly float the legs up. Release the cross. So let's use our tie for big toe pose 1. You've often heard me call it Supta Padangusthasana 1. So it's a reclined hamstring stretch. So I'll show it 2 ways. One being done with the left knee bent. So when would you use it? Well, it feels good either way, but if you get up into your hamstring stretch and you got a big old bend in your knee, and no matter what, you can't get it to straight, you can back the leg out away from the body. And that would be when you would need to keep the bottom knee. If your leg is not at 90, with a straight leg like this, then you need to have a bend in the knee. I hope that makes sense. I'll address it again in another video, but notice how my arms are straight, shoulder blades are to the floor, toes flex in, lift up into that belt. You could hold anywhere from 3, 6 to 9 breaths. Getting in the back of the hamstrings today. Micro bend the knee. Release the foot to the floor. Let's go to the other side. Draw your left knee in. Lift the foot up into the belt. Squeeze your quadriceps to the bone. Flex your feet in. Slide your right leg out if it's doable in your body. Remember, your left leg must stay at 90 degrees. And then lift the inner and outer heel up into the belt. Lift your belly. Relax your face. Micro bend the bottom. Top knee. Bend the bottom leg. Bring your legs in. So, we could just take our feet wider than sticky mat, arms at cactus, and then just gently rock your knees from side to side. Little internal, external rotation here. And do that a couple of times, and then just slowly walk your feet back into the middle of your mat. So we're going to look at bridge pose before we have Shavasana. And we'll hold on to the sides of the mat so that we can get a little bit more of a higher lift. So you ground the 4 points of the feet down while pressing the shoulder blades down. And with an inhalation, we lift the hips up. Don't have to go very far. So no clenching in the buttocks. There is a toneness to the buttocks, but no clenching. And then as you exhale, slowly lower down. And then inhale, lift up. Now as you exhale, lower. We'll do one more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, and lower. So guess what? Yay, it's time for Shavasana. So I want to use my towel for my head. And I want to use maybe a blanket to cover up with if I'm cold. Okay. Nighty night. No, Shavasana is one of the most important poses, and it's not for sleep, but it's a time for the body and the brain to integrate everything that we've done thus far in our practice. So allow your arms to be about 6 inches from the hips and the palms resting upward. Allow your feet and legs to kind of splay apart. Relax the shoulders. Relax the face. So for the sake of time, you are more than welcome to stay here longer if that suits your time schedule. But for today, I'm going to pretend like I've been here a good 10 to 15 minutes. So bend your knees and then roll over onto your right side. Hit your pause button there on the right side and then slowly lift yourself upward. Come back up onto one of your blankets, your towel, whatever you're using. I'll set that off to the side because that'll be my friend for the rest of the week. So let's join palms together in front of the heart center. Slowly back our head. And may we send these thoughts to everyone in the world. May everyone be happy. May everyone be well. May everyone be at peace. And may everyone be safe from harm. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. See you tomorrow.